I'm a physicist at heart. If I was going to be anything else other than a chiropractor, I would have been a physicist. They took electrons and shot it through a beam. They took a beam of electrons and they put it through 2 slits on a wall, and then they measured it over here. When they measured it, there's just 2 thin slits. On the wall behind it, there was 2 slits of where the electrons came through and hit it. Now, they didn't observe it. For the second experiment, they just shot the electrons through. And when they went back and they looked at it, it was chaotic. They were everywhere. The only difference they did in the experiment was one had observation and one did not have observation. What does that tell you? That's the look I want to see. Okay, so what did you just say? What was the quote you just said?
Oh,
the universe.
The
universe will rise up to meet you, right? So how does the universe meet you?
But you're saying that the particles reacted differently because someone was watching?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Well, it's observation. Observation itself is a force.
It's energy.
There's a presence. To observe something, there needs to be a presence. And what this experiment, this experiment has, there's theological papers written about this, but all I want you to get with this is that putting a level of observation to anything will bring uniformity to it, and it will change. It will change. It will go from chaos to change. Again, go back to your relationships, go back to your business. If you don't put focus on them, what happens to them? They're all over the place. You put focus on the love, you put focus on the contribution, you put focus on certain parts of your company, you put focus on certain parts of your body, you bring them tight, you bring observation to it, and then it rises up to your standard. If it doesn't, you just find a new approach and bring it up to there. But most of us, we get so distracted. We get distracted because of, again, our relationships, our children, our work, iPad, Facebook, MySpace. We have all these distractions. We're so spread thin, we've lost some of our focus on the things that matter most to us. This list only has 8 things on it. If you could focus on 8 things to literally change your life and change everybody else's life around you, it might be worth a little bit of focus on it. And no matter what happens, this list right now, these 8 things that I'm talking about, you're doing them and experiencing them every day. No matter whether you want to or not. Look at that list. Tell me if there's one thing on there you're not experiencing. The difference is, what are your standards, and then how much focus you're going to put on. That's it. That's it.
Your attention grows.
That's exactly right. And it'll grow to the standard that you want. Like if you have low standards, you're going to get to there. But if you have high standards, and how do you get those high standards? Get around people who have the standards that you want. You have a belief, whether it's your religious belief, whatever your belief is, practice your belief. You want to be happy, you fully practice your belief, whatever it is. That will raise your standard. But if you're half into this and scatter, well, sometimes I like this and sometimes like this, find something that resonates. Grow from that. And then you might get to a point where your focus shifts to something else, but it will come from a conscious level, not from a distracted level. And that literally is where you start to change your life again.